Hey everyone, I just wanted to make a quick video to share my thoughts on the crypto market, not the cricket market, the crypto market. And I wanted to start off with someone who I was thinking about this morning when I was reading an article on Cointelegraph, which is actually a website that I go to for inverse advice, because usually the signal that they're putting out there is one that's not right, or the opposite is right. And they put out one about Arthur Hayes, basically talking about how great Bitcoin is and how it's pretty much the only thing that's gone up, blah blah blah. But Arthur Hayes is the same guy that was shilling with dog with hat around $2, $3, and pretty much everything that he shills will completely collapse inevitably. And I think Bitcoin is probably no different. I mean, the altcoin market cap has caught up with Bitcoin now. We've been in an alt season for about 3 months now. People don't say it's an alt season whenever it's at the bottom. They only call it an alt season once it happens. So now we're officially in an alt season. But in reality, alts have been going up versus Bitcoin for about 3 months now. And we probably have about one more month to go where the biggest shit is outperforming Bitcoin. And you have people talking about 200k Bitcoin this cycle, Standard Chartered, a bunch of prominent crypto analysts that did well with timing the bottom, that are up a lot, that have this huge unrealized profit. So then they just shill that which they are winning on, right? Say, oh well, I'm winning, so you can win too. And then you also see people like Shamath Palihapitiya, who was an early Bitcoin advocate, but always very cautious, never really talking about all in. And now he's saying, well, all in, because it's up 1,000% in the last 5 years. And it's a shame, because this dude portrays himself as this calm, very stoic, intelligent investor who is like good-hearted and stuff. But this man is evil. Okay, I'm telling you that he's an evil person, because he doesn't tell you things that help you. He tells you things that help him, right? Like, it helps him if not very many people buy Bitcoin at the bottom, because then he's getting a better price. He can buy more. He's getting ahead by growing his wealth while you're not growing yours. And then he's also getting ahead by telling you Bitcoin's going to 1 million when it's 114,000. And it's probably not going to be able to do that for at least 10 years, maybe 8 years. It might hit 1 million in 8 years, and maybe it never even does, though, right? But it's certainly not reaching it this year. It's not reaching it next year, the year after that, the year after that, the year after that. It's not. If Bitcoin grows at a 30% annualized compound rate or whatever, then do the math. That actually puts you at 300k in 2029, the year after the 2028 halving, which is in about 4 years. So sure, if it's at 114k or whatever right now, Right now, I think it's about 115.5. And you go up to 300K, that's, you know, a sizable gain. It's not more than 200%, right? It's like 180% or something like that. I didn't do the math right now, but it's probably around 180% in 4 years. So, you know, I'm sure you could do a lot better. I'm sure that you, if you're listening to this video still, you're smart, and you can see that I know what I'm talking about. You can see that I'm smart, and we can tell when something is at a bottom price and that it's bullish fundamentally or technically, right? We can study the market psychology of different cryptocurrencies and the economics of the activity of where money is flowing in and out. And we know that the big run up in Bitcoin has already happened. It's already happened, guys. You know, I was buying Bitcoin whenever FTX was collapsing in November 2022. I was buying in January 2023 when it was dead. I saw the signs. I was buying in 22K. I was buying 25K, 27K, 35K, 40K, 45. You know, it's like the list goes on and on. But I'm not like buying Bitcoin because it's low. Like, nobody who's a good investor is buying Bitcoin right now because it's low. It's not low. It doesn't mean it can't go up more. It can, and you know, a lot of people have talked about, and people who are very, you know, good and accurate have been saying 150K is the top for this cycle this year. And think about how close we are to that, right? Like, Oracle just went up 40% in a day. Bitcoin can go up 30%, maybe not in a day, but sure, maybe it can go up 30% in a day with the proper catalyst, the proper attention, and the proper amount of money, right? These things aren't just magical beans. It's hard math and economics that determine the price, the supply and demand. And if we're at 115K and you've thought the top is 150K since it was 15K, you are 90% of the way there, right? Or 80% of the way there. And the risk to reward ratio of Bitcoin is trash, because the mining cost is the support level in the bear market. And of course we're going to have a bear market, right? After all these rate cuts have been priced in, and the Fed says, oh, we're going to do 3 rate cuts, 4 rate cuts, 5 rate cuts, the market's going to go crazy. But then what other bullish things is there left to price in? There's nothing left. Foxy, wait. Sorry, my dog. Okay. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. You know, I'm personally invested in Dogecoin. I think that Dogecoin has a lot of catalysts coming for it, and Bitcoin doesn't. I also think that you know, some other altcoins have good positive news that have not been priced into them, and actually the opposite has been priced in. Like, they're dead forever, Bitcoin's the only crypto worth owning, stuff like that, right? Those are all false narratives, I'm warning you guys. And even though I'm not a rich fucker like Shama Polyhapatia, I know what I'm talking about, and that doesn't mean that I can't outperform him percentage-wise, and you can't outperform him percentage-wise. right? By picking your shots. And if you want to, you know, sell and just get out of crypto, I wouldn't blame you for it right now, honestly. It's near the end, but I mean, you're probably going to miss out. I believe that it is very bullish. It is very parabolic. But, you know, if you know anything about the way that money flows in the crypto market, you know that at the end of these bull markets, Bitcoin is not the top performer. It goes up 50% tops, while altcoins go up 200%, 300%, 400%, 1,000% in the course of a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, maybe 4 months. But then after 4 months of alt season, 5 months, like from the very bottom to the very top of Dogecoin in 2021, it was about 5 months. So it's pretty much over, guys. You know, try to time the top. Don't be a DCA nugget. And yeah, see you guys there.